Picture this. An organization is all set to launch the newest variant for one of its flagship cars. The marketing team needs to call for a meeting to discuss and plan the event. The marketing head has gone ahead and assigned the responsibility of this conference to Rajiv, one of his senior most executives. Rajiv must plan for the meeting in detail to make sure that the entire event is a spectacular success. Now, Rajiv has had a few experiences in the past where he organized meetings that didn't go so well. So, to make sure that this time things go seamlessly, Rajiv has enlisted the support of Divya, his best friend at work and peer in the marketing team. Divya agrees to help him and takes him through a list of questions that help him to understand how he needs to prepare for a successful meeting. Let's try and understand these aspects one by one. The first question that Divya asked Rajiv: why does he need to organize this meeting? Through this meeting, the organization will formally announce the launch of the newest variant of the flagship. It will assign responsibilities to all the key stakeholders. It will assign next steps. And then it will go ahead and arrive at timelines and responsibilities. Now, meetings are held all over for various reasons across organizations across the world, but they all have one thing in common. Each meeting is not just a social gathering. It is an event with a goal or a purpose in mind. If there is no purpose, there should be no meetings. The second question Divya asked was, once the purpose of the meeting has been identified, what's next? The first point: to ensure that all preparations have been completed. All dashboards pertaining to the launch have been updated with current and accurate data. Second point: all reports, facts, data, examples that are required are readily available. And the third point, that if any information needs to be handed over to the stakeholders or departments that have been invited for the meeting, it's done well in advance so that they come prepared to achieve the objectives of the meeting. Preparation is the key to having successful meetings. The third question that Divya asked: how are you going to run this meeting? Someone rightly said, a meeting without an agenda is like a restaurant without a menu. A productive meeting has a clear process defined through the meeting agenda. Now, meeting agenda communicates the meeting's details, the objectives, and the discussion topics. These are highly critical, you see, because these decide the amount of time that the stakeholders need to invest in being in that meeting. A best practice: share the agenda in advance with your stakeholders. It allows them to prepare in advance, to collect their thoughts before they come for the meeting, so that you can make the most of the time that you spend together. And guess what? An agenda also allows you to keep everybody on track and focused just in case a discussion starts to go off track. The fourth question she asked Rajiv was, have awkward silences become a regular feature in your meetings? In a productive meeting, active participation from all your invitees is extremely crucial to the success of the meeting. Attendees need to actively participate, not passively observe. People with valuable contributions are the ones who need to get invited to the meeting. Once all your attendees are present, prepared, and positive, the chances of your meeting objective being successfully met increase 10 times. The fifth and final question that Divya asked Rajiv was, what are you tangibly trying to achieve as an outcome at the end of this meeting? So the first thing that everybody wants at the end of an effective meeting is a sense of progress and achievement. Attendees should leave a meeting with a sense of accomplishment, that we've made this progress so far and this is what we're looking forward to in the future. Everyone needs to be clear on what they need to do next. It's also very important for advancements to be acknowledged of progress that has been made. And that progress needs to be appreciated. People feel really motivated when their small accomplishments are acknowledged, are praised. It drives them to perform better. It helps with the employee morale in the long run. With Divya's help, Rajiv successfully implemented and learned the 5 P's of an effective meeting. He adopted these new strategies and to plan and host the assigned meeting for the organization that was going to launch the newest variant. Rajiv clarified why the meeting was being held. He also explained why the people had been invited and why they had been selected. He gave a clear agenda of what was going to be discussed, what was the kind of time element involved, and specified what preparation was required by each stakeholder so that they could come fully prepared to make the most of the meeting and the time together. He assigned one member from his team to go ahead and take notes and the minutes of the meeting and to keep an eye on the meeting dynamics. In the end, Rajiv reconfirmed everyone's commitments. He clearly outlined the responsibilities and tasks and the next steps that everyone was accountable for. The next day, he sent out a summary to everyone, once again reiterating responsibilities, timelines, and next steps. He received wow feedback from his marketing head and all the people who had attended the meeting with him. They said it was one of the best meetings that they had been to in years. Rajiv successfully managed to implement the 5 P's of effective meetings and went ahead and managed to get this feather in his cap. Let's do a quick recap of the 5 P's of effective meetings. Number 1, purpose. Why are we doing this? What are the key objectives that we want achieved at the end of this meeting? Number 2, preparation. What kind of final preparation do you need to do? What things do you need for ensuring this? And lastly, who are the key people who need to get involved to ensure its success? Number 3, process. What steps do you need to take during the course of the meeting to ensure that your objectives are met? Number 4, participation. Who needs to be involved? Remember, only those who have critical inputs to give to ensure the success of the meeting need to be invited. Number 5, progress. What do you expect to achieve from this meeting? Remember, one of the simplest ways to run a productive meeting is to clearly implement the 5 P's of effective meetings. In my opinion, it is one of the simplest ways to ensure your success as a master of ceremonies for running effective meetings in your organization.